Hey guys, I hope that everyone has had a great week and happy Sunday. Today's Sunday school lesson is about the walls being rebuilt. So, talking about when the walls were rebuilt. Our memory verse for today is Psalm 104. So, I'm going to read that for y'all. So, Psalms 104 says, "Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and bless his name." This is a very important verse to remember. So always give thanks to him and bless his name. Um, so the book of Nehemiah tells of God's faithfulness to complete his work among his people. Through his faithfulness, God sent Jesus to a broken world to restore his people. In his life, death, and resurrection, Jesus overcame challenges and completed his work, forever securing a place for God's people with him. So really, if we always look to him, he's going to help us get through whatever we're going through, right? Because God sent Jesus to a very, very, very broken world to restore his people, and he knew exactly what he was doing. So the story about the walls being rebuilt is from Nehemiah 3 through 6, and then chapter 12, verses 27 through 43. So I'm going to read our Bible story now. So Nehemiah put the gates in place along the wall. Every person who worked on rebuilding the wall had one specific job, or maybe not one, they had multiple, but everyone had a specific job. Everybody was doing something. While some men built the sheep gate, others built the fish gate. There were those who worked on the fountain gate and still others who built around the area of the broad wall. Each gate was very, very important. So each gate had somebody working on it because they were all equally important. They all, men and women, worked together to get the job finished. They were all working together to go ahead and knock this job out. Next, the people worked to rebuild all of the walls. People complained about the wall being rebuilt. So there were several people coming through that really weren't so happy about that wall, about all the walls being rebuilt. Some even threatened to come and fight to stop the building of the walls. Nehemiah prayed to God and encouraged the people to continue to build. So he was not giving up. He was not giving up. Half of the Israelites worked on the wall, while the other half stood guard in case they were attacked. Nehemiah kept a trumpet player beside him to play just in case an attack ended up happening. While Nehemiah worked to rebuild the walls, messengers came to him from two men wanting to meet with him. Sanballat, governor of Samaria, and Geshem, an Arabian ruler, sent the message. Another man, Tobiah, was also involved. Nehemiah sent a message back to them that he was busy with a very important job and he couldn't come down to meet with him right then. The men sent the same message 4 times, so they were not giving up on getting that message to him. So 4 times Nehemiah refused. He refused the message. He sending the men the same message as he did the first time. And then Sanballat and Geshem sent the message for a 5th time. So they were getting very serious about it. And this time the message was in a sealed letter. Sanballat told Nehemiah about a rumor that Nehemiah wanted to be king of the Jewish people and that he was leading them to rebel against the king of Persia. Sanballat and Geshem threatened to report this to the king. So they were threatening to report this to the king, and then that would, be a whole other situation if he didn't respond to him. But Nehemiah did not go down. He was not giving up. He was still looking to God. He sent a message to Sanballat. Nehemiah knew Sanballat and Geshem were trying to scare and distract the people. He prayed to God for strength. So this is the perfect example, when we know things may not be going the way as planned and they may not be working out for us, we always need to look to God for strength to get us through the situation and for his guidance, because that's exactly what Nehemiah needed right here, was his guidance. Despite the opposition and trouble Nehemiah experienced, the wall was finished in 52 days. So they finally got done with it. And God was faithful to work through his people and protect his people to get his work done. So he, since that they had been praying to God for guidance, about getting the wall done and everything in between, he stayed faithful to them and he got the job done. So God guided Nehemiah through very tough times when all this was going on, but he stood right beside him the whole time. When Nehemiah's enemies found out the wall was completed, they were scared. They didn't really know what to do. Even Nehemiah's enemies knew the work had been completed through God's faithfulness. So they know, and just as we can look back on some events in our life, we know that we would not get to the place we need to be and, go through everything if it wasn't for his faithfulness. So if we look to God, he will always be there to give us strength to persevere. So always look to God through everything. Always pray to God, and he will be there with us through everything. So remember that verse. It was Psalms chapter 100, verse 4. Hope you all have a great week.